28,000 plus, 4 different winners. 14 different times these 4 swimmers have won, including Atherton's 5. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, I guess it's surprising that the aggregate rating is just below 30,000. Again, that 20 to 30,000, pretty good race. 30,000 and above, really, really good. And anything above 40 is unbelievable. Then you're probably going to see the grand final.
And Bernie, we have 5 races today that have that rating of over 30,000. That's the most we've had thus far this.
Atherton has faded. Kylie Masse, Lisa Bratton moving on, but at the moment it's Baker up in lane 2 for LA, trying to get the second win of this match for the Kern. And look at all the red folks, and look at Kylie Masse come flying home this final 50.
Boy, great turn there at the end there for Masse, and she's going to get it.
Kylie Masse gets the win, the 3rd time she's won the 200 backstroke. And this is exactly what Toronto needed, 1st and 3rd.
And it's almost that they had to do it. We are really early on, but to be able to pick up 3 different jackpots along the way.
Advantage of that 100 butterfly with Hansen, but they take advantage of the 200 backstroke short breaststrokes races. And of course, Duncan Scott Mann, he can do it all.
Yeah, he's if you talk about having so many great swimmers and Emma McKeon being the best female swimmer in the world, I think Duncan Scott certainly is the most versatile swimmer in the world today.
Ryan Murphy, the ISL's number 2 rated swimmer in this event. And how much fun will the finals be?
It hurts so much not to put a body in there, because now it's negative points automatically. Not only does that get jackpotted, but because you don't have a swimmer show up, it's negative. It's going to take a while to get going, but early on he looks pretty good, Bernie, going out. He's right there with Diener. Diener's looking solid with a 52.5, about a second ahead of Murphy.
Yeah, good 3rd 50 for Ryan Murphy, within 6/100ths of a second of Diener after trailing by almost a full second, and he's trying to take over the race here in the final 50.
Oh, did he take over that 3rd 50, Bernie? He outsplit Diener by a full second, and it's going to be another second the last 50. Man. Welcome back there, Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy wastes no time to get his first ISL win of the season. Murphy is back, folks, and that's big for LA.
Holy smokes. How about that? The Murph, he goes the fastest time of the season this year. He outsplit Diener by 2 seconds. 3 seconds that last 50, that last 100. And look at the red, Bernie. Holy smokes.
24-point jackpot win down to Mark Foster. Ryan Murphy is back at LA. He's got to be so happy he's decided to join their team once again.
Ryan Murphy is back, and back with a bang, a big jackpot. How did that feel?
It's good. I mean, I love racing, so it's great to get an atmosphere like this. Great to get with a team like this and go out there and try to get some points for the team.
I mean, I'm observing, you look like the first 100 you were feeling your way, and then you just turned it on.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that was kind of the strategy going in. My coach at home was like, yeah, for this first meet, you kind of want to err on the side of coming back strong. I really have no idea where I'm at. Like, I've been training, but I've also been doing the things I want to do outside of the pool, so I'm kind of burning the candle at both ends. So I really had no feel for how fast I was going. So I think I was just racing the field.
Sure will. And again, Pragoda, I mentioned him. He will be swimming for London, but Anton McKee and Toronto. He's been 2:01 plus, and that time would actually be the fastest time of the year. Shimanovic has been 2:02.1.
Mark talked about it in the pre-show. Arno Kamminga was the #1 overall ISL draft pick.
See from overhead, it's probably narrowed down to 3 swimmers at this point, but still very, very tight with 75 meters left to go. And coming into the 150 mark,
Anton McKee, that's good news, who told you that he could be a critical leader. We're trying to get their first playoff win, and Kamminga's going to have the lead headed into the final 25.
Yeah, Kamminga was 31-3, outsplit McKee on that third 50. McKee's not going to give it to him, though.
Oh, Kamminga comes home, and he surges to get the win. Aqua with a big jackpot win in the 200 breaststroke. That will help the cause, folks.
McKee and the rest of the field. Nobody else split under 32 the last 50. How about Kamminga going right at the best time of the season? But what's way more important, he picks up the win.
Current on the backs of that huge 24-point performance for Ryan Murphy in the lead, but Mateo Junta has got to be happy there. I don't expect you're going to see Dressel swim the 200 IM towards the playoffs and the grand final. He's out where they score lots of points.
Especially if they make the Final Four.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, it's one thing about the playoffs, but if they can get into the Final Four, they could own this event and the 400 IM. And how about the summer these two swimmers had?
Thomas Chacon down in lane number 7, now on the right side of the screen. Not to a pretty good start.
And if Devine can step up, he's had a great short course career. He did that at Stanford. Been a member of a world championship team before for Team USA, NC2A champ.
Trying to step up in a major way and get the win. We talked a lot about Tom Dean and Duncan Scott. Those two are nowhere to be found. It's Razzetti and Toronto with his teammate Max Litchfield trying to get into the top 3 as well. And the Titans, they are going to go first and third in the 200 IM.
Huge.
Don't hand this event over to London yet, said the Titans.
Huge, and that breaststroke leg was a difference maker for Razzetti. He was 32-3 on the breaststroke, outsplit everybody else in the field by over a second.
Alberto Razzetti, Max Litchfield getting it done with a first and third performance. Byron McDonald says, hey, we'll take that. Castiglione has the fastest time in all the ISL in 2021. That's even faster, by the way, than Lily King. And Munoz de Campo and Lane Nebreda change for them as Carraro goes up, but Castiglione, she's the fastest in the ISL. Can she get it done against the world record holder?
And it's changed.
Yeah,
right.
Munoz de Campo right down there in lane number 8, so a little more pressure on Castiglione to try to come through.
Carraro's going to have to step up now. And Imogen Clark, how about that for LA?
Imogen Clark at the top of the screen, and lane number 1 gets it
She got it done!
Oh, LA!
That's a huge upset. No Castiglione. And Imogen Clark, talk about perfection. She did almost what Martinenghi did on the last event on the men's side, but this time for LA.
It was an event that Aqua needed to take advantage of. Instead, it's LA taking advantage, and they find themselves only a point and a half behind the Titans, who lead our second playoff match for the International Swimming League.
Good start by Chalmers. He's always quick off the blocks. Good reaction time, 0.69. Zazeri for Toronto, who also had that great 50 freestyle, was 0.63. He leads it off.
As good as Zazeri was there, but right now it's all about Chalmers, who's built a pretty good lead here the first 75 meters.
Rooney over there on the left for LA, doing a good job getting off to a quick start. Rooney probably is their best sprinter, and they're going to lead him off with a 46.9. 46 flat for Chalmers. Boy, the red only halfway through. Remember, the jackpot time is 5 seconds, Bernie, and these B teams are not very good for any one of these 4 teams. And look at the red. London did this in the women's 400 free relay. Can they do it in the men?
London trying to get their second relay win. Relays are so important. Double points, double the jackpot, and double the fun for London, who gets their second relay win.
Wow. When they add this up, London is gonna go flying by everybody in a big way. They pick up those jackpot double points, remember.
38 points for London.
That's 24 more points scored than LA.
London back on top with 168.5 points, 50 backstroke, 400 free, and more relays to close out day 1 of our second playoff match for ISL 2021. 12.5 points separating first from third as we begin this 400 freestyle.
Sheffer, who has been second this season, really not much difference. In fact, they're all supposed to score 14 points outside of Aqua. Aqua's supposed to score 10. Scott.
He won this race in match 6 and match number 8. And wow, look at that. He scores 12 points because there was a jackpot time early on at the checkpoint.
Oh my goodness.
And my money's on the Duncan Scott is not going to get jackpotted the remaining 300 meters.
Not a chance. There's not a right, Bernie. He's not going to get jackpotted, but he just gave up the lead to Sheffer, who is just having a fabulous race. We talked about Scott, what he did the first 100. Even at the 200, the jackpot time's 8.5 seconds, so he's not going to fall that far behind. Boy, this really will help LA, because if they will not get jackpotted, LA will win this because they sit in third now, about 10 points behind Toronto and London.
Sheffer second.
He's running
so
out of
many
gas.
times this season, trying to get the win, but can Kroon overtake him here in the final 25? Here comes Luc Kroon surging to the wall, and Toronto gets the win. Oh my goodness, Kroon was so good that final 100.
Wow.
They're hoping that Murphy and Shields can give Maxine Rooney an opportunity to battle against the world record holder Kyle Chalmers, who will anchor London's relay.
I'd say with the breaststroke, how much can Aqua put themselves back into it with breaststroke? They're on the far right. It certainly looks like one of their teams is out. So the one with Kamminga's out. It's really up to Martinenghi over there in lane number 7. Look how tight it is now. LA's gonna have a little bit of an advantage here.
London's still saying, where's Petey? They've gone from 2nd to 4th on the breaststroke leg.
Acevedo was 58.4. Martinenghi 56.5, so he did his job. He outsplit Acevedo by 2 full seconds there, but now here comes Tom Shields. And it's Chalmers in lane 4, and really is the only guy that I think that can catch him.
Tom Shields gives LA the lead with Rooney diving in only a little over 1/10 of a second ahead of Masse.
Oh, great swim for Shields, 49.4. He was the only guy to break 50 seconds except for Volta, who was 49.8. Rooney, now Rooney will be breathing right into Chalmers coming home. How much gas does he have left against the world record holder?
London trying to go 4 for 4. Kyle Chalmers trying to get the relay win as Rooney tries to hold him up. Oh, Chalmers does it! London wins it by 3/100ths of a second. builds the lead at the end of day one with 280.5 points. But